Yo, what is going on guys? My name is TheJackSilkstone. So, the Thorpe Park news has been coming in thick and fast recently, with two huge recent announcements coming from the park. So today we're going to be taking a look at everything that is confirmed for this season, including new additions and all of the events at the park this year. We're going to be analysing all of them in detail and just pointing out anything that you might have missed. So let's go. Now, of course, the biggest thing to be coming to the Thorpe Park Resort in 2020 is Black Mirror Labyrinth. I have actually made an entire video purely dedicated to this new edition, so if you haven't yet watched that, then click the card up in the corner to go and give that a watch. So yeah, for that reason, I'm not going to go ahead and read out the whole description for Black Mirror Labyrinth again, because I'm sure the majority of you guys watching this already know what it's about, and as I said, if you haven't, be sure to watch that dedicated video. But yeah, Black Mirror Labyrinth is the big new addition for 2020. It's a thing that Thorpe Park are really pushing forwards this year. It's not a brand new roller coaster, it's not a brand new ride. Essentially, it is going to be a brand new experience at the park. At the moment, we're pretty sure it's going to be kind of a walkthrough experience with different kind of technology being incorporated into this walkthrough. As for storyline, we don't really know if it's going to follow a particular episode of Black Mirror or if it is just going to be more of a generic kind of story. We really don't know at this point, and I suppose we'll find out when we experience this attraction. We haven't actually got an opening date for it yet, but it'll be kind of like springtime, the park is saying, so end of March, April kind of time we can hope for. Next up, we have Saturday Night Kiss launch party. Join us on Saturday the 21st of March for a neon-themed launch party as we kickstart our 2020 season in style in collaboration with Saturday Night Kiss. From 7 PM to 10 PM, enjoy exclusive evening access to some of Europe's most thrilling coasters. Then tuck into a delicious choice of food and drink before partying into the early hours from 10 PM to 2 AM to standout sets from Kiss FM's top DJs such as Billy the Kid, Tyler West, Scott Garcia and DJ Policy. So before we actually discuss the Saturday Night Kiss launch event, I've been getting a ton of questions over on my Instagram as to when is the annual pass day. And the annual pass day is the same day as this event, the 21st of March. The first wave of tickets have already been released and they sold out pretty quickly, but I do believe there is going to be a second wave of tickets released. So my best advice would just be to follow Thorpe Park and Merlin Annual Pass on different social media sites, because they're going to be posting about it when the next wave of tickets are released. So yeah, my best advice would be to just keep up to date with them. So yeah, after the annual pass event on the 21st of March, obviously Thorpe Park have announced this Saturday Night Kiss launch event. And I think this is the earliest in the season that we've ever able to have night rides. Literally the first day the park is open in 2020, and we're going to be able to ride some of the park's coasters in the dark. I don't know if it's going to be all of the coasters. At the moment they've just said some, so who knows, but you're going to be able to get on some night rides this evening. And yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Obviously, once you've been on these night rides right up until 2 AM, there's going to be music going on, presumably in the dome. So yeah, it sounds like a great time. Just to note, tickets to this event will be £10 per person and you will have to be over 18 to attend. But this is completely separate to the annual pass day. Anyone can visit the Thorpe Park annual pass day so long as you've got a valid Merlin pass or Thorpe Park pass, and you get yourself one of the tickets. Just a cool little event there to welcome us into the 2020 season. I don't know if I'm going to be attending yet, because as well as being at Thorpe Park this weekend, I'm also trying to get up to Alton Towers for their opening weekend. So at the moment, still trying to figure out plans, but hopefully I'll be attending this Saturday Night Kiss launch party. Sounds like a lot of fun. Next up, we have Hyperspring. From the 4th of April to the 31st of May, launch into the 2020 season as we celebrate Hyperspring. Unlock the cryptic code phrase as you ride some of Europe's most thrilling rides in the Cosmic 6 Challenge. Enjoy a brand new for 2020 live show and indulge yourself with limited edition digital delicacies available at select outlets across the island. Plus, for May half term only, brace yourself for random roller coaster replays, detonation delays, and system overloads as the park battles a trans-dimensional glitch with Hyper Ride Roulette. Discover a thrilling new digital dimension and join us for an otherworldly extravaganza at Hyperspring. So yeah, this is one of the kind of events that the Thorpe Park Resort are putting on for the 2020 season. Some main things to take from this little description is obviously the cryptic code phrase from the Cosmic 6 challenge. So to me this sounds just like what the park have done in the past with Island Extremes or the Feared 5 challenge at Thorpe Park Fright Nights last year. You're essentially going to have to ride all the coasters and then you'll scan a QR code after you've been on the ride, and by the sounds of it you're going to get a letter after each of those and you'll have to decipher a cryptic code phrase, and then I don't know what you're going to get for doing that. For me though, the most interesting part of this event and in that description was the brand new for 2020 live show. See, that sounds pretty sick to me. That's literally all of the information we have about this brand new live show. It hasn't really been mentioned anywhere else, so it's kind of hard to decipher what it's going to be, because the main areas of the park that could be used are the dome, possibly the lakeside marquee, but in my opinion the place where I think it could potentially be taking place would be Stealth's Plaza, because in my opinion, just pure speculation, I think this live show is most likely going to be like what Terror at Amity High School Sucks was like back during Fright Nights 2019. Because for those of you that remember, there was obviously roaming actors just around the Stealth Plaza, and then every 2 hours or so there would be flash mob style shows. And from what I saw online and stuff and on park, Terror at Amity High went down really well last year. A lot of people really loved the show that they did. I personally was a massive fan of it. It was one of my favourite things at Fright Nights last year. So yeah, I would absolutely welcome something like this to return for this year with some kind of a flash mob dance. Possibly in the Stealth Plaza. It seemed to work really well during Fright Nights, so I think it could very likely be located there, but who knows? As I said, we haven't got much information on it at all, so we'll have to wait and see with that one. Also in this description, it mentioned limited edition digital delicacies. So this once again sounds like back during Fright Nights, they did kind of a unique food offering for Fright Nights in 2019. It seems like we're getting something similar. During Hyperspring, there'll be some unique food offerings from some of the food outlets across the park. And the final thing to just bring up from this Hyperspring description is during half term, we're getting random roller coaster replays, detonation delays, and system overloads as the park battles a trans-dimensional glitch with Hyper Ride Roulette. I literally don't have a clue what any of that means. Like, detonation delays to me suggest detonator. Like, is it going to be a random drop sequence on detonator? Like, are they going to keep you up there for a minute one time, 10 seconds another? I really don't know, to be honest. It's just pure speculation. Roller coaster replays to me sounds like re-rides. They're gonna send like some trains around for a second ride, but I don't know how that's gonna work. Like, honestly, no idea what any of that really means. So this is just me speculating, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see for more of an official description as for that, because as of right now, not a clue. Next up we have Supercharged Summer. Visit between 18th of July and the 6th of September this summer and soak up the thrills with Supercharged Summer. Get drenched with friends and experience the UK's wettest water rides in the hashtag Super Soaked Selfie Challenge. Tantalise your taste buds with our otherworldly island foods and come face to face with our roaming entertainment team for an extra splash of adventure. Soak your mates, challenge your limits, and splash into Supercharged Summer at Thorpe Park Resort. So yeah, yet another event that the park are putting on this summer. It just seems like they are mainly focusing on the water rides this year, obviously with the hashtag Super Soaked Selfie Challenge. I have to say it's not something that I'm interested in at all, to be honest. I suppose it's similar to what Alton Towers did with their hashtag Meme Your Screams marketing campaign. I don't know, it's not something that I'm bothered with. I don't know if they're going to be giving away prizes to whoever takes these best selfies. I don't know. There's not really a lot else to take from this description. Obviously they once again mention food, so hopefully we'll be getting a really great food offering at the resort this summer. But I think the main thing to take from this description is obviously the mention of the Thorpe Park roaming team back at it again. Obviously last season the roaming team were introduced, and as the season went on there were more characters introduced, like the cowboys came along, and then towards the end of the season the zombie family came along. So could we be seeing something similar this year? I presume that a roaming team will be there throughout the entire season starting from March, but could we be seeing new characters introduced during this supercharged summer period? I don't know. To me it's great news that the roaming team are confirmed to be back around the park this year, because they're always a laugh, they make for great content, and yeah, they're always just nice and funny to talk to. So yeah, thumbs up from me for them. Now the final confirmed event for the 2020 season is Fright Nights. This is the big one, my favourite time of the year. However, we don't have any information on it at this point. We just know that it is going to be returning for 2020. Now it is a bit early to properly start speculating about this year's Fright Nights. However, with recent announcements, we now know that as of right now, the only confirmed indoor maze to be at this year's event is going to be Creek Freak Massacre, because we've obviously lost Living Nightmare, which was the other indoor maze, and we're not going to have Jungle Escape space because Jungle Escape is returning for this year. So that's not ideal. Obviously you want a nice balance of indoor mazes and outdoor mazes, and as of right now we've only got Creek Freak. And of course, with The Walking Dead Living Nightmare leaving the resort, to me this strongly suggests that our predictions were correct about The Walking Dead license ending. So with Living Nightmare leaving, could we also see Do or Die not returning to this year's Fright Nights? I don't know, as I said, it's very early to be speculating, but these are just some things to be thinking about. So say if Do or Die doesn't return, I don't know, could that leave the potential for the Big Top to return? I don't know. But even with The Walking Dead almost certainly leaving Fright Nights this year, that does leave the door open for a new IP, and as I discussed in the Black Mirror video, could we be seeing an entire Netflix takeover coming to Fright Nights? Even with Black Mirror, could we be seeing some kind of a Fright Nights overlay for the Labyrinth attraction? I don't know. It's very early, but just a few ideas to keep you thinking in the lead up to Fright Nights 2020. And just at the bottom of this event poster we see plus more thrilling events to be announced. And I have to say, I really hope so, because yeah, although we have got these 5 awesome confirmed events / attractions, it's not the most action-packed year at the Thorpe Park Resort, is it? Let's be honest. Like, yeah, I'm super excited for Black Mirror Labyrinth, but because last year obviously was a fairly similar year in that we didn't get a whole lot. However, we did get the likes of Bountzilla, Game Effects, which are both good fun and kind of spread out the new additions throughout the entire year. Whereas this year, we've got Black Mirror at the start of the season, but then after that, we don't have a whole lot. Like, yeah, I fully appreciate the fact that Thorpe Park are creating these events and the graphic design for them is literally insane. Like, I really like the logos and the fact that they're obviously incorporating these challenges into it, but it just doesn't seem like we're going to be getting a whole lot of new things within these events. It does seem like Black Mirror is our main new addition for this year, which is fine. It's going to carry us up until Fright Nights, but ultimately, everyone just wants a new coaster or even just a new ride. Like, yeah, these events are all great and good, but it's been so long since we've had literally just a new piece of ride hardware. I think everyone just wants it so bad. And we're seeing other UK Merlin parks like Towers like getting fairly regular investments, and it's just not the same at the Thorpe Park Resort. And it's a shame to see because everyone just wants to see something brand new. All of the staff at the park, I'm sure the marketing team would love something new. I bet they're getting fed up of seeing RMC in their comments constantly. So I don't know, I just really hope there's some kind of plan developing in the background for a big new coaster within the next few years. But yeah, as always, we're gonna stay positive. I am so excited for Black Mirror Labyrinth to open, and as I said, I'm gonna be at the park regardless a load this year. I'm gonna be experiencing all of these events and putting out videos for you guys on this channel from them, so be sure to subscribe to be notified when all of those videos are uploaded. And yeah, be sure to leave a comment down in the description letting me know what you think of the plans for the Thorpe Park 2020 season. I'll be replying to you guys as always. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, everyone. My name is TheJackSilkstone. Goodbye.
Hey, nah, I ain't feeling that. You never proved me back. You never did jack, hold that. I think I'm way, but I'm definitely not sure. I'm never washed up. I know I got more. Painting pictures with words, top drawer. Trying to find a middle ground as a lost cause. Yeah.